Clear to play. Mini War Gaming's Beat Matt Bat Rap.
Welcome back to Beat Matt Bat Rep, Season 2, Episode 18, High Elves vs. Tomb Kings. This is Round 2, going into Tomb Kings Turn 2. So, as you know, my strategy is pretty straightforward. It's move up and try to get into close combat with him as soon as possible, while, providing a bit of fire support from my archers and from my stone thrower as well, the Screaming Skull Catapult. And I've lost half of my chariots, but hopefully I can resurrect some of them. Unfortunately, they didn't get to move very far because they had a -3 movement penalty. In the magic phase, I get plenty of magic, and actually managed to cast a couple spells into the chariots, resurrecting 3 right there, or 3 wounds I should say. Another 1, resurrected another 3. I believe I get a 5+ ward save, and also an extra movement or something like that. Yes, there's extra movement, so that's why everybody's moving again. So all my chariots are back, although one of them only has 1 wound, but still. Can't really complain about resurrecting that many guys in one turn. So basically all the shooting he did was almost completely negated, as it only accounted for 2 wounds left on the chariots. But I still have a little ways to go, a couple more turns of just moving before I'll get to him. Screaming Skull Catapult is going to try its luck again at the nicely clumped group, and you can probably guess what's going to happen. It scatters. Can't get so lucky the second time, so it misses. So far it's done a bit of damage, but hasn't really been worth its points. Firing with the archers into the bolt thrower, just trying to take it down. Only roll a few hits and manage 1 wound in total, which he does fail to save, so one of his guys is killed. It's actually just a wound taken off. It doesn't affect the bolt thrower until both of them are dead. So firing from the chariots into them as well. Yes, the other spell that I cast on them was for the extra shot, so they actually have multiple shots. So they're firing 2 each. But they only managed 1 wound, but that did manage to finish off the bolt thrower. So all of that firing to kill 1 bolt thrower. Close combat, we see if he is afraid of my guys, but once again he is not. But he rolls really poorly at first. He still manages to get 6 hits and only wounds once, and I managed to save that. So I'm winning that combat so far, if I can manage at least 1 wound. I only managed 2 hits. I do get a wound, and he does fail it, so 1 more guy does go down. So we have to check to see if he runs away, and he makes his leadership test without any problem. So going into High Elves turn 2, you can see that both sides are just taking light casualties at this point. And he's doing a swift reform and then a move, which is what you're going to see with these guys here. And not having a movement tray really takes a lot of extra time, so we're just going to cut a bit of that movement out, as you're going to see right here. Definitely want to invest in some movement trays. Funny enough, he actually used some, while he was at the club, he bought some movement trays. In the magic phase, he gets 8, but I get 4. He casts the Pit of Shades on my guy and gets a direct hit. I have to make an initiative test on initiative 1. Guess what? He's removed from play. There goes 225 points to 1 spell, unfortunately. I really don't like that spell at all, but we won't talk about that right now. He continues firing as well, managing to inflict a couple wounds on a chariot and killing, or 1 wound on a chariot and killing the other one. And continues firing with his other archers. He really wants to take down those chariots as much as he can, whittle them down so that they don't have as much hitting power as they possibly could. And right there, they actually do have 5+ ward save, so that did save a bit of them right there. They get their 5+ armor and then their 5+ ward. The 1 bolt thrower completely misses, thankfully, and the other one hits and fails to wound. So those bolt throwers do nothing. The other archer group gets to fire, and they get a good solid hit in there, and they get a few wounds, 4 wounds in total. I fail 1 of them, and I fail my ward saves altogether, killing yet another chariot. And then a single shot from the 1 archer in the 1 group there. He manages to hit, and he does not wound. Fear test, he's fine again. Yet to fail 1 of those, so he gets to hit me on 3+, re-rolling. So he gets a nice solid hit there and manages 5 wounds. I only saved 1 of them, so 4 of my guys go down. So it's not looking too good for the horse archers, although they did manage to tie them up for a little bit. Hitting back with the steeds, and the guys only manage 1 wound in total, which he fails, so 1 more guy goes down. So I lose combat by 3, which means 3 more of my guys go down. So combat still continues there, but now we're at the end of round 2. So let's take a quick recap of what has happened in round 2. As you take a look, you can see my guys are moving up. The chariots are definitely going to be in charge range next turn. Hopefully they can do some damage. The warriors are still far back. They're having a hard time getting up there. The Shopti might be in charge range as well, but that's a tough group there with the 4+ ward save. So we'll see what they can do. Screaming Skull Catapult still firing from behind. I think I should get a second one of those, because having 2 of them firing would be a little more reliable. They might actually be able to make something happen, and they're not too expensive points-wise. So we're going to head into Tomb Kings turn 3. So go ahead and click on the link below or the annotation if you're on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below who you think is going to win.